So, hello, Domen. How are you? Good?
Hello, I'm good. Thanks for
Yes.
asking.
Thank you for
Yes,
joining me today. We will have a very special topic, and it will have to do something with coffee. Yes?
yes, of course.
Very good, very good. Can you please, first of all, before we go into details, explain to my audience and listeners what do you do and where do you come from?
I come from a small town in Slovenia called Vanecha, and I turned my passion, my curiosity into a coffee business.
Mm-hmm.
I have my own coffee brand. I roast the coffee, and I try to build everything around that.
Sounds very interesting. Coffee.
Yes, it is.
So, how long have you been in this coffee business?
Directing the business, I've been for almost 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
But the beginnings were different, very different from what they are now. I
Mm-hmm.
started with having a small online store with coffees from local coffee roasters. And
Mm-hmm.
that was around 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And in that time, I gathered enough information, enough contact, enough knowledge so that I started buying coffee, raw coffee for
Mm-hmm.
myself, for my
Mm-hmm.
family, started
Mm-hmm.
roasting it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the beginning, a friend who owns a roastery did the roasting for me.
Mm-hmm.
I've given the roasted coffee out as a gift,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got a lot of compliments on the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started thinking, why not
Mm-hmm.
make a coffee brand, make my own
Mm-hmm.
coffee instead of selling the coffee of other people.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's how Coffeetissimo was born, let's say.
Coffeetissimo is your brand, yes?
Is the brand, yes.
Uh-huh.
The brand of
And
coffee.
can you explain to us what does it consist of? So do you have like a coffee shop or how do you sell your coffee?
First was online store. First we had an
Mm-hmm.
online store. Then the problem was only a few people would buy coffee they never tried. So how do we present the coffee to people? How can we bring the coffee out?
Mm-hmm.
And then we first wanted to have a coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were looking at what is all that we need for a coffee shop. First, there was the financial problem. We didn't want to take out huge loans to make a coffee that maybe wouldn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
And as we young people are on Instagram watching reels, we found a guy who owns a mobile coffee shop.
Wow.
He converted a horse trailer into a mobile unit. We were so inspired. It looked so beautiful. We forgot about the coffee shop like a building and started looking at horse trailers.
Mm.
And that's so now we have online store,
Mm-hmm.
a mobile unit, and on fixed location coffee shop in Murska Sobota.
In Murska Sobota. Sweet.
Yes,
Before we started this episode, I've already said that I love your coffee and I go there really regularly. Yes, in Murska Sobota.
thank you. Yes.
Yeah, it's really good. So you actually, so I would say that as I heard, your story began as, or how did the story with coffee begin? You said that you had a friend who roasted coffee and then you had the idea, how can I make my own coffee? Was there anything else that happened that triggered this journey of coffee?
The journey was triggered 3-4 years before that.
Okay.
Me and my girlfriend were on a trip in Bali.
Mm-hmm.
There we had a tour guide, a
Mm-hmm.
guy who showed us all the sightseeings,
Mm-hmm.
recommended that we go with him and see a coffee plantation.
Mm.
And we love coffee. Back then we
Mm-hmm.
love coffee. We don't really know what good coffee is. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the first time we came across really good
Mm.
coffee. And that's how this journey begins. We started educating ourselves in coffee, started searching for good coffee roasters. That's when the term specialty coffee showed up. We searched, we learned what that means, and that's how the story of, I don't know, curiosity was converted into something bigger.
Wow. Very, very interesting. I believe
Yes.
when I talked to you, you said that Bali people actually drink coffee, that coffee has another meaning there, that they drink it as a special, they have a special ceremony and tradition around coffee. Would you say that coffee is your passion now?
Oh, yes, definitely it is.
Yes.
Definitely it is. I never knew before that what good flavors can come out of coffee. I thought that
Yeah,
the huge brands we drink, that what good coffee meant, but there's so much more behind that. There's so much
absolutely.
more good tasting coffee
Yeah,
than we are used to.
true, true, true. Coffee tastes really like primal, raw, and like I don't know. To me, it's a it's a very raw connection. Whenever I drink coffee, it's I really for me has a special taste. I do have a special, let's say, ceremony around coffee and so on. Absolutely. When I discovered also the coffee world, let's say, but it was only on amateur level, I saw how much. I mean, that there are different types of coffee, first of all, that not all coffees are, let's say, good coffee or have standards, but we will talk about this later on. Were there any challenges when you started the story about coffee and you started the online business and then later on open coffee shop and now you have the trailer, like a mobile unit? Were there any challenges around coffee business as well?
Yes, challenges are all the time. In the
Mm-hmm.
beginning, there were small challenges, but they appeared huge. There were definitely long conversations with my girlfriend Dorina about that, how to solve that. Mostly they were about money because
Mm-hmm.
everything, once you go into stuff, whatever, not just coffee, once you
Yeah,
go into it, the equipment becomes just so much more
yeah,
expensive,
yeah.
and you don't just have like
Mm.
5,000 6,000 euros hanging there waiting to buy an espresso machine.
Yeah, yeah,
These were the problems mostly.
I see. What about Slovenian people in specific? Do we drink good coffee? Do we know how to drink coffee? What is your opinion?
We are slowly starting to know good coffee. The coffee culture
Mhm.
is slowly evolving in Slovenia. In other
Mhm.
cities, there is more specialty coffee shops than in Murska Sobota.
Mhm.
I would say we drink coffee
Mhm.
mostly, but in the last few years we started drinking better coffee. We're starting to learn what good coffee is, and that's definitely our mission. And that's where the coffee trailer or mobile unit helped us a
Mhm.
lot because a horse trailer just stands out. People see it. People come.
Absolutely.
They ask. They try the coffee. They're impressed, and that helps us a lot in spreading the word knowledge about coffee. So yeah, we try to educate people and show them
Mhm.
that there is so much more than they know about coffee.
Absolutely. And I wrote down specialty coffee because you mentioned specialty coffee. Tell me, what does this mean, specialty coffee?
Specialty coffee. So that means that at the end of the harvest, the coffee beans are being rated.
Mhm.
And specialty coffee is a name the coffee gets after it exceeds a certain amount of points.
Oh,
The
wow.
coffee usually is traceable. It,
Right.
this is this specialty coffee producers are usually smaller sized
Mhm.
farms, not the huge ones that are known. Yeah,
Mm.
smaller sizes of
I see.
farms, let's say.
Farms and plantations, like
Yes.
boutique even, you would say? Yeah, like small?
Maybe, yes, yes. They're not industrial grade,
Right, right.
let's
Like the
say.
mass production of
Yes,
coffee, you would say. Interesting. Now, I will ask you about a good coffee. So, what makes a good coffee? I know that we spoke about this earlier as well.
yes,
And there's a lot of points said, Katja, there is a lot of points when we talk about good coffee, right? You cannot just say this is good or bad. It a lot of key points. So if somebody goes and drinks coffee, right? How do we know? I mean, that let's say coffee is better or not so good. Because I did mention the acidity of coffee, right? I said that some
yes.
people's coffee has this very high level of acidity, and I don't like it, for example. Yeah. I
Okay.
know, for example, your coffee, the Brazilian version, the Brazilian, The type has a really nice sweet flavor, like caramelized. I like it a lot. I
Yes.
don't like, for example, acid. So is acidity, let's say, a sign of a bad coffee or not so good coffee
Uh,
quality?
I wouldn't say it is a sign of coffee quality, more about the knowledge of the person who works with coffee.
Right.
So the first thing I would say that
Mm-hmm.
when you sit down, when you get a coffee
Mm-hmm.
and you look at the coffee, if you see latte art,
Ah,
this means someone put more knowledge into it. Someone learned stuff about coffee, how to steam milk, how to make a good espresso. There's so much stuff that goes,
mm-hmm.
so much knowledge that goes into one cup of coffee to make it perfect. There are grind sizes, acidity, as you mentioned, is a
Mm-hmm.
huge factor in grind size.
Mm-hmm.
How coffee dosing, how much grams of coffee you
Wow.
put into a shot.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say it's more important who
Who makes?
works with
Yeah.
coffee, yes, and
Huh?
how educated he is on that topic.
I see.
Uh,
I see. I see. Well, very, very interesting. Tell me about types of coffee. So, for example, I like to drink coffee with milk. So, like, I put milk in the coffee.
yes,
Espresso is also very popular, right? So, what do you see in your coffee shop? What type of coffee do people drink most?
most coffee with milk.
Hmm.
By espresso, you get the most of the taste of the raw taste of the bean.
Right, right.
If you want to experience the full flavor of the bean, you order an espresso.
Hmm.
For me, I drink espresso, but if I want to sit down, have a conversation, I usually order coffee with milk.
Hmm.
I don't know, I just like it.
I also saw that you offer cold brew. What is a cold brew?
Cold brew, okay, that's cold extraction. The coffee grounds are more coarse.
Hmm.
The coffee is made, we make it 18 hours by soaking
Hmm.
the coffee in cold water,
Mhm.
so we don't
Mhm.
hot treat it before.
Wow.
And that allows us to get a different flavor of coffee out of the same bean that we use for espresso.
Mm. Very interesting.
It's starting to get popular.
Mhm.
Previous year, where we had only the coffee trailer, the mobile unit,
Mhm. Mhm.
some people knew about cold brew, not so
Mhm.
many. This year in the coffee shop,
Mhm.
we sold a lot of cold brew. People already start to, people see it
Mm.
on the internet. They order it, they try it, and
Right.
usually they like it because it is a refreshing summer drink.
Yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
have to try it though. I saw that you offer,
Okay.
but I have to try it though. Do you have a favorite type or origin of coffee? We will talk now about where does coffee come from and what you offer your guests, but tell me first of all, do you have a favorite origin of coffee?
Uh, I don't have a favorite. I like different types of coffee.
Mhm.
Right now, okay, maybe we can say it's my favorite because we had three sorts of coffee. One is already sold out. They all come from Brazil.
Mhm.
I like Brazil. I mean, it's for me it's one of the best coffees, yes, but I also like Colombian coffee.
How do you choose your suppliers or regions? How do you choose it? How do you choose them?
I choose it. So let's say every year there's a harvest, and all the importers offer you samples of their coffee.
Mhm.
We can order different countries, different styles,
Mhm.
and then we try them out. And we order the coffees that we like the most.
Mm,
Maybe some have more fruity flavors,
right.
so we would connect that with acidity, but not the unpleasant one.
Mm.
Brazil has earthy flavors
Mhm.
of coffee, let's say, and that's what we look. We had one coffee that was more on the fruity side, but because of the acidity in it, people don't really like it. They think that it's bad because it has more acidity in it.
Mhm.
So we settled by the classic Brazilian coffee. It's for us, it works out amazing. People love it. It
Mhm.
goes good with milk. That's a huge factor
Mhm.
because some coffees lose their taste
Mhm. Mhm.
with milk. This one that we have now is just so good with milk. You can feel the coffee inside, and yeah,
True.
that's why.
I have
Maybe
to
that's why
confirm.
it's so bestseller.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
thank you.
confirming. True, true. Sounds really good. And when you meet people, for example, at the festivals and fairs, when you have this beautiful mobile unit you said, and do you also do people ask you about coffee? Do you explain this background? Do they understand then better? The quality of coffee and how they should drink it. Do you also educate people in this way? Because you said first that you want.
Yes, definitely. We try to talk with people every time there isn't a line
Mhm.
at the coffee trailer. We talk with people. We show them. We explain the taste. We explain where it comes from, how we work with coffee, how we roast it. So we really try to put small bits of knowledge into the conversations
Mhm.
with the people who order coffee, so that
Mhm.
they just don't get the coffee, they get experience, they get
Right.
knowledge.
Right. Awesome. Sounds really awesome.
Yeah.
Um, Domen, tell me, were there any surprising facts about coffee that you didn't know before? Because you did mention there was that you didn't know a lot of things when you entered the coffee business. So, were there any interesting facts you can share with us about coffee and coffee business that surprised you? You didn't actually know before.
Yeah, definitely. There's one huge for me. I thought espresso has less caffeine in it,
Ah,
but
I
it's
see.
not the case. Espresso has less caffeine than a long coffee,
Oh.
Americano. Let's say a shot of espresso has around 60 to 80 milligrams of caffeine,
Mm-hmm.
where let's say drip coffee, where you get more, the water flows through longer,
Yeah.
has around 100, milligrams.
Really? I also
That
didn't know
that's
that. Okay.
yeah, that's I mean, most of the people don't know that. They think that
Mm.
or they order in I work normally in the mobile unit and they
Mhm.
order a long coffee because I don't know, just they order long coffee because it's not that strong because it has more water in it
Right.
than espresso, or let's say they order or they say I won't drink espresso today because this would be too strong.
But it's
So
in fact has less
that's
caffeine. I didn't know that. Wow.
yes,
Okay.
that's a fact that surprised me, that surprises everyone when
Mhm.
we tell
Mhm.
them. So yeah, the caffeine is extracted, how I would understand it now, through time that the water flows through the
Mm.
ground up beans.
Mm. Mhm. I see. I see. Is there any fact in coffee business that surprised you negatively or positively when you entered the coffee business? Is there any special protocol that you do business with importers, or is it or your suppliers?
No, I mean, I had no knowledge when I came into that business,
Mhm.
so
Mhm. Mhm.
I didn't have had stuff to expect from it. So
Mm.
everything I learn as I go, and also the relationship with our importers, with the people I work with, it's
Mhm.
we try to keep good relationship. That means we're on
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
We do what we say. We pay on time. That's probably the most
Mhm.
important one. And just yeah, that's how we try to keep a good relationship, a healthy relationship between business partners. Let's say, be honest. Don't try to snake
Mhm.
anyone.
Absolutely. What I loved when you said earlier, you said before we started filming, recording, that when you started off the business and you went to all these suppliers and people who deal with coffee, everybody helped you. There was no negative
Yes,
energy, like a community, coffee community.
yes,
It was so beautiful to hear that because not in a lot of industries people are so open, I would say.
yes. I'm very thankful for that. Everyone in Slovenia
Mm-hmm.
has helped me, with
Mm.
whom I had interactions with. Either it's a coffee owner, a coffee roaster, the importers. They all share knowledge with us. That's really a what we have in Slovenia. It's a really beautiful coffee community where everyone helps one another, shares
That's
knowledge,
yeah.
helps how he can.
Sweet. That sounds really nice.
Yes,
Dom, and how
yes,
much
it is.
How many coffees do you drink a day?
I'm not a huge coffee drinker. I don't drink like
Really?
some of the people 5, 6, 7 coffees a day. I drink one in the morning to wake up and one in the evening where when the work is done,
I see.
I can sit down, I can have my cup of coffee
Uh-huh.
and really enjoy it, have a few more minutes than I would have if I drank it
Hmm.
during the work. So yeah, I drink two, one in the morning to wake me up and one in the evening when I'm finished as a treat for myself.
Is there any, let's say, because we hear different versions and different information. Somebody says, okay, 3 coffees a day is great. Somebody says 5 coffees is okay. Is there any number that goes around in coffee business? How much coffee should a person drink or not? There is no number?
I don't think so. I mean,
No,
I have a friend, he drinks 4, 5 coffees in the time I
right.
drink one, and he
Yeah.
does this 2, 3 times a day.
Huh?
He doesn't feel the effects of caffeine, let's say. Or I
Right.
guess for me, if I have two, one after another, I feel the effects. I don't know. It depends on the person, how you
Mm-hmm.
can handle caffeine for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. What's your vision for the business?
My vision for the business. So this year, expansion of our products. We are
Mm-hmm.
adding one more product.
Mm-hmm.
So a coffee from Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, we will try to work out to have our own roastery here because now we go and roast coffee in Maribor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we're working on a roastery. And then my wish is to have few, some of really good cafes that we would distribute with our coffee.
Mm.
Throughout the whole Slovenia, to have maybe one coffee shop in each city that makes
Mhm.
our coffee. This would
Mm.
be a dream come true, let's say.
Mhm.
Maybe go outside of Slovenia, but
Mhm.
that's more in the future. We're usually making plans as we go. We
Mhm.
don't have huge plans because if we wouldn't achieve if we wouldn't achieve them as fast as we set the times, there would be only bad feelings. So
Mhm.
we give ourselves new goals as we go. As
Yeah.
when we finish one thing, we aim for the next thing, and we slowly move on, grow.
Sounds also like a nice plan. You actually just test, validate, and see where everything
Yes,
goes, and then you go a step further, right? But
yes,
also, I think with your vision, you will definitely help coffee culture in Slovenia to grow, expand.
yeah. I
Yeah.
hope so.
Yeah. Awesome. Um, Maybe for the last question or at the end of our episode, what message would you give to somebody who starts their own dream project? Is there anything that you would tell them what they need to do or?
The most important stuff, don't make time-based goals.
Mhm.
Mostly you won't achieve them. I'm talking from experience. I'm a very optimistic person. I set my goals way too high and I want to achieve them way too fast. And that's where a lot of disappointment and bad feeling comes from.
Frustration, yeah.
So, yes, frustration. Go slow, learn slow, because that's how you can absorb the most knowledge. Try, test, see what works with people, and then build on that.
Mm,
I mean, definitely have a larger vision,
mm.
but don't bound them to a time plan.
Oh, that's such a nice and I think also accurate way to say things. Yeah, definitely. Time, I think, is enemy of all of us when we try to time frame something, right?
Yes.
Definitely, definitely. Domen, I didn't drink my whole cup of coffee. I will drink it later because it was
Okay.
so interesting to listen to you. I almost forgot about my coffee. It got cold. Is there any rule how to drink it? Because I usually do drink coffee cold, especially when I'm working, I forget about it. Is it okay if I drink it cold too?
I mean, it's nothing wrong if you like your coffee cold.
I
It's
do. I do actually.
coffee is all about the taste, and
I see.
everyone has its
Okay.
own taste.
Good. So I won't have a bad feeling about this. Good. Good.
No,
Right. So, Domen, thank you very much for joining me today.
yeah, it
I
was a
think
pleasure.
we will talk also in the future about coffee
Okay.
because it's such a broad topic, and
Yes.
so we'll see each other. I think very very soon again. Yeah. Thank you very much for your time
Okay.
today.
Thank you for inviting.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.